And we are live. Good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to the Gym of Crypto, episode 753. Today is Friday, July 3rd, 2021. I'm King.
And I'm withdrawal, and we're here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community, Monday through Friday at 10-ish.
At 10-ish. And today's top stories: Strike to offer no-fee Bitcoin trading, taking aim at Coinbase and Square. Esports organization FaZe Clan drops one member, suspends three, following alleged crypto scam. Huobi imposes 24-hour crypto withdrawal delay to dampen speculation. Lebanon protesters try to storm banks at the currency hits record low. Robinhood settled with historic $70 million fine from financial regulators. And last but not least, NBA's Portland Trail Blazers to wear crypto logo for the next 5 years. But first and foremost, what's going on with those prices?
Oh, yeah. So taking a look at our prices for today for Fuck Bitcoin Fridays, Bitcoin's at $33,425, down 0.5%. Ethereum at $2,069, down 2.5%. Cardano at $1.35, up 0.5%. Binance Coin struggling at 281, down almost 3%. Dogecoin at 24 cents, down 2.2%. XRP at 64 cents, down 3.3%. Coming in at number 9, Polkadot at $15 is down 2.2%. And last but not least, Uniswap at 1761 is down 3.4%. So a little bit down, a little bit sideways movement. Really, the only one in green is Cardano, which Grayscale actually just added Cardano recently, so that may have been the reason for the price bump. We'll see a lot more of these coins probably added to Grayscale, and of course Coinbase, who basically said they want to put every project they can on Coinbase. So again, holding these coins can be very beneficial. Please don't get shaken out of the market with this bad news. It seems like we're only going up in Q4.
Right. And, one story I know we weren't going to cover, but the entire Binance thing, I guess Cayman Islands have came out and spoke against it. It does seem like some type of worldwide concerted effort against them. But regardless of what the effort is or if they're messing up internally, my thing is if Binance begins to get restricted as it's being restricted, if they are going through issues, what's going to happen to the Binance Smart Chain and the BNB token? A lot of that project is dependent upon the exchange itself being the primary exchange to use and a lot of volume. So something to watch out for there as far as trading, because I know a lot of people are parked in that coin and that project as well. All right. Top story of the day. Strike is in the news. Strike to offer no-fee Bitcoin trading, taking aim at Coinbase and Square. What's going on over here at Strike with Jack Mahlers?
Oh, man. So my man Jack strikes again. I remember, King, we did that interview in LA and we were talking about Jack 5 years ago or 4 years ago.
You know what? Somebody mentioned him the other day and I was like, I feel like I've talked about him in detail before.
I told you about him 4 years ago. I was like, this kid is crazy. He's 23 years old and he's like crazy good developer. And here we are. His payment platform, Strike, has now made news because they have just started yesterday to make it the cheapest and easiest place on the planet to acquire Bitcoin. They put him in direct competition with Jack Dorsey's Square and PayPal. And he states that the firm has launched the Bitcoin tab, enabling the ability to buy Bitcoin on Strike with no fee outside of the market spread. So somewhere around 0.3%, basically free Bitcoin trades. And they say they're looking to drop that below 0.1% over the coming months. So if there is such thing as a Coinbase killer, I think this will be it. High fees plus terrible customer service plus a number of other things. I think they're on their way out, as well as other platforms will have to basically either lower their fees or they're going to have to come up with some way to entice people to pay more. Because when the people are like, I can just buy it from Strike, 0.3%, that's going to be people's number one. And of course, this quote here was funny when I saw it on Twitter. Make no mistake, when you buy Bitcoin on Coinbase, you are supporting shit coins because usually Coinbase lists so many different coins. If you buy from them, you're basically supporting the fact that they can list whatever coin they want and essentially throw dog shit at you, which you buy usually the top and they dump on you whenever it gets on the exchange. So shout out to Jack Mahlers. Like I said, I've been talking about him for 4 years and here we are. I'm a pretty good judge of talent. That's what I will say in any industry.
We have to ask one of the, I guess, biggest questions out there is everyone able to do this, or is this something novel he's created to do it? How is he able to have the lowest fees trading? And how is this possible?
Well, basically not being greedy. That's it. and I mean, everybody else has like an industry standard based on kind of the old financial model.
So they actually could do it, is my point. Like
yes,
Coinbase, these places could do it.
Just like Coinbase could have implemented SegWit, and they didn't, and they kept taking high fees for like 6 more months. They can do it whenever they feel like it. So if the goal is to just make money, then fine. But if the goal is to allow Bitcoin to be bought by anybody around the world, you probably want the lowest fees possible. So shout out to Strike. The only thing I can see messing it up is liquidity issues. If they do have a huge surge of people trying to buy on there, may have some wait times, and yeah. But it's all good. I'm sure they'll figure that out as well.
And that's actually a great segue. You just mentioned, I just saw, oh, thank you, Willie Fells. Thank you for the tip. Good luck. Good luck.
What up, coach? What up, coach?
I shouted out the tip because I forgot what you just mentioned that quick. But no, you had just said something, but it was a good segue into the masterclass. Oh, you were talking about the history of it. And I was gonna say we actually talked about that in the history of digital currency and history of money. That was a great segue into the masterclass. Those listening, this is Fuck Bitcoin Fridays. Feel free to start calling in at any time. Alec has already dropped that link. It's pinned to the top of the chat. Call in with the smoke if you have it. Yeah, somebody on Twitter yesterday too, Zay, who said there's been some long-standing beef. I didn't know nothing about it, but I was like,
"Oh man, let me address that."
I think I remember him too. Is that buddy you mentioned one time a long time ago?
I just read that. I'm up taking a shit at 4 a.m. I'm like, let me look at Twitter real quick, just check it out. Man, I remember this guy. I can't even remember his name, but he basically shouted us both out when you had nothing to do with him. You didn't even meet him. I met him in DC. I bought 1,000 just to support him. I bought $1,000 worth of his OWO blockchain.
Okay, I do remember you kind of telling me way back when.
Hold up. Let me see if OWO is even still here.
It's like the Black Bitcoin Conference or something?
Yeah, and that's where it was based.
Yeah.
So I looked up, OWO.world was the website, and this is OWO.world right now. Yeah.
Don't kill him like that.
No, what I'm saying is when I saw the comment that we owed him some, we haven't talked.
That's where I got, that's why I had an issue at too.
I have nothing to talk to you about. Nothing to talk to you about. He wants credit for something he did. He believes he did first. A lot of people here just want credit. They don't actually want to work towards anything. And then the only reason I'm responding is because he said, what do we do in real life? Motherfucker, we do this in real life. This is what we do in real life. Longest running show in crypto history, bestseller book, new masterclass, book tour. We do this in real life. So if he's watching, then stop talking on Twitter. Jump on Fuck Bitcoin Fridays today, right now. And if anybody knows what I'm talking about, invite him. His name on Twitter.
No, don't shout out his name. No, he don't get the name shout out.
Oh yeah, well, whatever.
Go find him on Twitter.
Yeah, just find him in the thread that he's replying to both of us with KRBE and invite him on. Because again, when people start to challenge us after 5 years of silence, what are you talking about, bro? But yeah, this is what Fuck Bitcoin Fridays is for. Bring the smoke if you got it. If not, shout out. I'm not going back and forth with you.
And I'm with you on this smoke because here's my thing. First off, this is for everybody. I will say shout out to our crypto warriors because this has been greatly reduced. We've seen where you all been after it. We're not even mad at you. Like I said, I'm over there like oh boy, the Wolf of Wall Street, like eat them. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not even mad at y'all. Because like the one day the lady came on with the disrespect and they was like, hey, she don't know what she's talking about. We got to get her up out of here. But my point is not just with him, whether it's the Twitter comments or the comment section, people don't try to come with disrespect. And then when we match that disrespect, you like, you guys aren't supposed to be talking and responding like this. And yes, you're going to get these same energy times 10. So it's positive.
All that means, King, is we've done a great job of making it seem as though we're very likable people.
There you go.
Because people really think they can just say stuff. And it's great. It's great.
BTCJ said, oh, wow, sounds like a no for me, LOL. Yeah, he started off talking about some of these mofos been beefing me for 5 years. I'm like, first of all, sir, I've never met you in my life, but
exactly. And I only met him once.
Now we got some subscribers. All of a sudden, we got long-standing beefs. Nobody said nothing every day for the last 2 years in the bear market.
Oh yeah, and it sucks because again, you can support people. Like I said, I bought $1,000 of his token. Didn't even review the project just to support because I'm like, he's a developer. He's trying this thing. Like I said, $1,000 worth of it back in 2017. Haven't heard from him since. It's all good though.
Oh man, that's crazy. All right, and let's address this too. Who said again? Stop tweeting and come on in here. Oh, never mind. They might not be talking about us, so I'm not gonna go ahead. They said Reggie smoked you professionally. I don't know if they talking about us or it looked like him and Jam was going back. So never mind.
Nah, man, I'm still going back over that. Damn, okay.
Hey, Jam stood up though. He stood up. All right, that was a good F Bitcoin Fridays last week. All right, so again, feel free to start calling in. Thank you for the tips so far. Want to cover a couple of quick stories. While they may be glossed over when it comes to the regular markets, again, when you're talking about a fundamental analysis, as well as some of the stuff we're actually talking about in the masterclass, which we're going to go over here in a moment. This story directly applies to it. Esports organization FaZe Clan drops 1 member, suspends 3 following alleged crypto scam. Now, for those who don't know, FaZe Clan, which it actually says in this article, they're headquartered in Los Angeles. I challenge that, but I'm not 100% sure. I tried to look it up before the show. I wasn't able to find it. But I do know FaZe Atlanta is a huge team in esports. FaZe in general is a huge esports like organization. They're basically like the Patriots of video games right now. Call of Duty. The FaZe Clan is huge. All the kids wants the shirts and the gear. Like, and literally online, they will buy skins from this. Like, they will buy digital clothes and skins from this organization. So my point is, this is a very huge organization in esports, and they were involved in a crypto scam. Looks like, again, you see a few of their members, Kay, Jarvis, and Nakam, have been suspended until further notice after allegations came out that they unwittingly promoted an alleged crypto scam. According to a statement from the organization, it looks like accusations have been stemming that the members purportedly promoted a project called Save the Kids in this token, where they were reportedly paid to promote the altcoin before dumping their investments into the market. All right. Now, again, not necessarily covering this just because of FaZe, but we are covering this because we talk about this in the match, because I literally go over a troll script with you all of how these pump and dumps happen. So we definitely had to bring this up. This is crazy, Bitcoin, Zay.
Oh yeah, yeah. And again, we're seeing people do this because their first foray into the market, they realize they can just tug at some heartstrings, act like they're helping some people. People get in, they dump on them, and then they can just claim plausible deniability. I didn't know. They told me it was a great token. But again, people are starting to get caught up in this because over time, they're going to stop using that excuse that you didn't know. These rug pulls and people getting their money taken, it's probably going to be more of the same. So sucks for you, FaZe.
Right. And then following that up again, more masterclass talk. I was laughing when I saw these stories and crying at the same time. Luckily, I put the right information in the class. Zay, I had to pat myself on the back because I did mention Huobi and KuCoin in the class. I go over the website or I just briefly glance over it. But one of the things I mentioned for both of those exchanges, I was like, just be careful, even with the VPN, with using them, because they could change the withdrawal limit on you overnight. And whoa, would you have it? They overnighted. Top story, Huobi imposes 24-hour crypto withdrawal delay to dampen speculation. What is going on over here with Huobi? And again, I think this really highlights what these exchanges are capable of doing on their own time.
Oh yeah, remember, no keys, no cheese. Because again, what if you had an emergency and then next day you woke up and was like, oh yeah, by the way, it's going to be another 24 hours now. We just added it in, much like Bittrex. Just wake up the next day and you got an alert. So Huobi's decision to actually dampen quote unquote speculation aligns squarely with Beijing's ongoing and multi-pronged crackdown on the cryptocurrency sector. So it does have a little bit to do with China's supposed crackdown. And they're having a 24-hour token withdrawal delay for all over-the-counter trades. So the decision strikes a blow to all Huobi users, some of whom will be prevented from withdrawing their tokens for as long as 36 hours if the exchange's assessment judges them to be at a particularly high risk. This is no bueno, people. Whenever exchanges are in cahoots with the government, this is where you get these rules: 24-hour limit, 24-hour limits, 36-hour limits. Where does it stop? What if they start saying, hey, 5 to 7 days? And it has to go to a review board because we got to make sure this didn't come from somewhere else. And they're using chain analysis to track all your spend. This is just a rabbit hole you don't want to go down. So again, remember, people, we literally told you the next day you wake up, you can wake up and they'll change the rules. And then here you are. Now you got to wait for 24 hours just to withdraw your tokens. And it sucks, but it is a part of the growing pains.
There it is. Want to give a shout out to Cornelius Broadnex. Haven't seen Cornelius. What's up? What's up? Haven't seen in a while. Cornelius has been a long time Crypto Warrior OG. So I got to read this comment out. Most decorated and winning esports team is Empire Arcadia, ran by a black man and his wife right now. So shout out to Empire Arcadia. I have to check that out. I haven't seen that one. All right. Yeah. So again, feel free to start calling in. Listen, see all the comments and tweets all week, and then the call-in line be dead on Friday. I tell you, sir. Very interesting. Very interesting.
We're living a very interesting time, man.
That's why I don't like the tweets and in the comments too back and forth too much. I'm like, I get it. You guys got your dictionary open, you got your Grammarly open, and they're giving you the right words and the right ways to say things. But when it's live and you got to have that information on your head, it's a little bit different.
Get a little shaky there. That's when you get people that come on and it'd be like, have you read the Bitcoin white paper?
There we go. Alex said we got somebody in queue. Go ahead and bring them on. As we bring them on, NappyWayZ said Masterclass layaway plan. So here's the deal with the Masterclass. Oh, somebody's coming in, but go ahead and feel free to come in. So yeah, with the Masterclass, again, are we saying price in the day, Bitcoin Zay, or?
Yeah, we can tell.
Yeah, so price in the day for the basic package, it will be $1,000, $999. For the in-depth package is going to be $1,999, $2,000. And I will say this, before the show, I was asking Bitcoin Zay, like, hey, can we show some of the topics? Can we show some of this? And he was like, no. He was like, show what I've been working my whole life on or last 5 years on just for free right here on YouTube. He's like, no, this is what it is. But I'll tell you guys what. We reviewed a lot of Clash yesterday. We looked over a lot of stuff. Literally all there is to do is the cosmetic stuff is to make it look pretty for you. But all the information is done. And I'm super excited about it. It's packed full of information, like top to bottom, packed full of information, over information. I know it's packed full of information because as the news stories keep rolling out, it's stuff we're covering in there. And just like my sections alone, I think have about 10 hours of talk time alone on my end. So with Zay's, I think we're at least 16 to 18 hours.
Yep.
So almost like a full 20 hours of videos, slides, and everything. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm proud about this one right here. So I will be like, hey, this is
cheers, baby. What
the cosmetic touches on it, folks. We plan to have it out Sunday, but what I will say is, if you're on the newsletter list, the email list, which we've asked people to be on, we're definitely gonna reward you. So when we launch it, we'll maybe send something out there for you to get a good discount on it. So for those people on the email list, you'll see it come through. You get the discount for there. We'll give it a real discount too. We won't give you like a $50. No, we'll give you an actual discount. And then we're also going to be working on a referral plan to where people can get, maybe we do 100, 200. We're not sure on the numbers yet. We want to make sure everybody gets taken care of though. But we have a referral plan where it makes sense to pass information along and then get a referral link too. So we're building all that part out this weekend, but the actual class itself is done and we're excited about it.
Oh yeah. Beautiful. What up, James?
Other than that, what's up, Jams? Listen, hey, win, lose, or draw, I respect Jams. He comes back. He stands on his square. What is up, Jams? How you doing? What's the word today on F Bitcoin Fridays?
Yo, what's good, guys? Hey, I'm back this week. Hey, Reggie threw the haymaker last week, knocked me out in public, but it's all good. I'm back. The hex price is standing strong. Hey, Larry, get out the chat section and call in, bro.
You have to call out. See, this is why I like boxers and people who are fighters, people who actually play sports, because they understand competition. You're gonna lose sometimes, or you can have win, lose, or draw. It don't matter. So if you keep coming back, it's about respect. So yeah, Larry, whoever Larry is, my man Jam said, hey, might have knocked me off my square last week, but come on in the ring with me this week. So whoever it is, call on in, man.
Larry, come and get him, Larry. Come and get him.
And really, I want to say shout out to the Masterclass, everybody who watching. Hey, make sure y'all get that information, man. I definitely am, because there are things that I still need to learn, things that I need to be exposed to. And I also want to give y'all a shout out on the ICP, Internet Computer Protocol. When it first jumped into the top 10, y'all were here that morning saying, what the hell is this shit? And literally what happened next? Down 90-something%. So if you didn't call it out that morning, a lot of people watching this channel would have got wrecked. Big Boy did the opposite of that. His followers in his chat section, hey man, you got us wrecked on ICP. So
did he call out ICP over there?
I know he got a whole video.
So we were talking, we said something's been going on over there. We didn't know what was happening. We said something that happened recently, and I guess that's what it was.
Yeah, he got a whole video of when it was at its high when Coinbase had listed it, and then of course down 90-some%. So and then the other part I was gonna bring up was Robinhood, man. So Robinhood is about to move to this IPO, and most of their business is, as you know, when you IPO, you got to show them books. And looking at those books, man, looks like they're nothing but trading and options. So I'm definitely not buying in, just like I didn't buy in the Coinbase at the top. You know, when these companies IPO, you have to be wary those first 3 months, because most likely, just like ICP or any of these other things, when they ICO or IDO, you're going to get those initial investors taking capital until price is going to drop in the short term. And then once it bottoms, finds that new price stabilization point, pick it up. But I'm more now, I ain't touching Robinhood. Like looking at their books, like, damn, man.
Well, look at this story, James. We're actually talking about Robinhood today.
All right, let's go.
Go ahead, Bitcoin Zay.
Oh, yeah. So for those of you who didn't know, Robinhood actually got hit with a baby fine of $70 million, which is bullshit because they make $70 million in a day, less than a day.
That play was worth it.
That was worth it. They basically stopped you from trading. AMC, all of the people who were pumping that, GameStop, everybody else pumping that, they literally stopped the trading engine. They were like, whoa, where are all these people coming from? And then, of course, we had a bounce back. So they had a small $70 million fine after causing significant and widespread harm. I would think if there was significant harm, more than 70 million, but hey, they usually are in cahoots, especially if they're about to IPO, because some of these people were probably invested. And other allegations include that Robinhood approved risky option trades for thousands of users when it should not have, and did not do enough to prevent system outages in March 2020. And you may remember March 2020 was the beginning of COVID. People were unstable. People were like, what can I do to make money? A lot of people were jumping on trading platforms like Robinhood, trying to get rich quick. So they definitely took advantage of that. And, you know, FINRA, they don't take it. They say they don't take exception to it. I can see how. It's only a $70 million fine. That's bullshit. And if Robinhood is IPOing, this, like you said, Jams, they got to show them books now. So now you got, you know, all right, well, we did this, but we'll pay this fine. All right, I wouldn't be surprised to see another fine next week for something. And then they just clear it out, and then they clear for IPO.
So their S1, the stat that stuck out to me is the filing noted that for the first quarter of 2021, 17% of Robinhood's overall revenue came from crypto trading, and that 34% of that came from Dogecoin. So 34% of their revenue in the first quarter is Dogecoin.
You know that's not being duplicated. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. That's not good.
Yeah, that is not being duplicated. And what's crazy too is that they've already set the precedent now where essentially if you commit a white collar crime like this, when you're talking about market manipulation, people, it is plain and clear. Even though the United States were trying to hunt market manipulators in the crypto market a couple years ago, they've just made it clear that now, as long as you have the money to pay a fine, you're good to go on it. With that being said, let's go ahead and get, let's see.
Let me jump out of here. And the last that I was going to say, shout out to Jeff Roberts on Twitter. Here's a breakdown of Robinhood app revenue for Q1. 38% options, 25% equities, 17% crypto. So, yeah, man. Good luck to Robinhood out there.
I was about to say, they're going to lose a lot of volume. Appreciate you, James.
Hey, peace, boy.
All right, James. I didn't want to let him go at first, just in case whoever was calling in next was the smoke. But just in case.
Oh, nah, Larry already commented. Larry said he can't jump on. He's
Larry. Okay, I wasn't sure if this was some of the comments. All right, we got Christopher up next. Let's go ahead and bring Christopher on, see what he has for us. And James, of course, appreciate you coming on as always. And thanks for pointing out those key indicators on Robinhood as well. People, that was a great quick layup. James just threw in before he left out. He was like, hey, 34% in the first quarter was Dogecoin. You know not to bet on that project. It's already being overvalued. They're talking about doing an IPO. They just got hit with a $70 million fine. Now, I'm sure their Wall Street and their bankster venture capital buddies would take care of them. But still, you can't duplicate 34% in volume, at least when you're a publicly traded company. So something to look out for there.
Yep.
All right, Christopher, did he come on in?
Christopher.
Okay, this might just be loading up. All right, while we're waiting on Christopher, we'll go ahead and look at Lebanon real quick. This story is about a week old, almost a few days ago. Forgot to cover it, but protesters try to storm banks after currency hits record low. That's right. As the Lebanese pound plunged to a new low against the US dollar, protesters clashed with security forces in several cities. An ongoing economic crisis has sent the cost of living skyrocketing. People, this is what we're talking about. We have not seen Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in a market like this in a large country yet. We still haven't. Lebanon would be the biggest country where we see this actually happen at. But again, Lebanon's national currency is plunging to a new record low on the black market against the dollar on Saturday as an ongoing economic crisis continues to wipe out savings and raise living costs, unleashing widespread protests. Bitcoin say this is the worst case scenario that we always talk about that could happen. These are things you kind of forewarn people about. So what is your take when it comes to something like this in crypto? And I ask you this, knowing that if this ever happens in the United States, even a fraction of this, they're going to have you back on Fox and CNBC and CNN and so quick, like Bitcoin say, like, what is going on right now as the dollar plunges and the price of Bitcoin skyrockets? What do you say?
Well, first things first, every fiat currency that's ever been created has failed. So this is not surprising. This is not a flaw. This is a feature in our current system. This is what's supposed to happen. You hyperinflate the money. Once you are done with certain countries, you get what here is the country's worst economic crisis in decades with the unofficial value plummet. And usually people talk about the volatility of Bitcoin. We need to talk about the volatility of your fiat currency. Anything that loses 90% of its value against the dollar in 2 years, garbage. And I would not be surprised in America if there is some sort of hyperinflation event with all the money printing and we have something similar. Now, the difference is we are the reserve currency of the world. So if it happens to us, that first domino could set off a whole trail of events that long term we'll look back and say, hey, that was the start of the catastrophe. So do not think this cannot happen here in America. We walk around with our chest out. I'm American. There ain't nothing gonna happen to us. I'm from America. And it's like, oh man, we're built in a house of cards, my brother. And this got easily happen here. It'll just take a little bit more time if we kick the can down the road. So not surprised to see this. And again, people, there's a lot of geopolitical stuff tied to Bitcoin. So and cryptocurrency. So would not be surprised if the Lebanese about face and turn towards that industry like El Salvador.
There it is. That's crazy to see. All right. And Christopher, is Christopher in the room? Yeah, we still waiting on Christopher. Might have timed out. All good. Try to call back in if you can, Christopher. And of course, if anybody else wants to call in, please feel free to call in, because I'm telling you, it's driving me crazy when we have a Fuck Bitcoin Friday. I click X, I log off, and the first thing I see is a new comment or tweet saying something crazy. I'm like, you just had your opportunity to say it in front of the world. You had your opportunity to have a public, open, transparent debate, conversation, whatever you want to call it, and you decided not to. So do not tweet me on a Friday. I guess you don't have no life tonight. I do. You got about an hour and a half of tweets left out of me in comments, and then I'm off until Monday, people.
Yeah, exactly.
with deep circles under my eyes. All right. Let's see. Somebody said roll tide, y'all. Listen, I mess with Alabama, so there we go. Let's see. Caleb Balek said the failure of currency is built into the cake. That's true. Naim the Dream said, I'm in Philly. What do you think about crypto violent crimes in the future? It won't be anything different than violent crime now, right? I think, we'll see it, but it'll be pretty difficult. If anything, it might be less violent crime. That would be like the barbaric way of doing it. The smart way of doing it, somebody might be trying to hack everybody at every block, every corner. There'll be a hacker everywhere. But I don't know if it'll be like as far as violent, but I think from a tech standpoint, it might be some brute force attacks. Oh yeah, that's what I always say is like physically, I don't know if we're gonna have a huge uptick, but definitely digitally, you're gonna have way more hackers trying to get into this industry. Yeah. Ken G, how long will the masterclass be on sale for? I don't know. Probably the first week or so, Zay? Yeah, we can. You mean on sale for good, like as far as it just being available, or you mean like with the discount? Oh, on sale. We'll be having it for sale for the rest of the year for sure. Yeah. But actually having it a sale for it, we'll just have different pipelines. Like I said, the newsletter list. If you've signed up for the email, that'll be a sale. Probably we'll do a Talk Shop Live sale as well. So those will be two opportunities for sure in the back of our head where you'll get it at a discounted price, Talk Shop Live or on the email list. Other than that, as far as length of time, we'll be selling it. It's a lot of stuff in there, so we're gonna keep it going. All right. As we're waiting for anyone else to call in, we will cover this last story. Somebody calls in, great. If not, we will call it a wrap on the day. NBA Portland Trailblazers to wear crypto logo for the next 5 years. withdrawal, what's going on with the Trailblazers and this crypto logo?
Oh man! So even though my Lakers are about to steal their best player, Damian Lillard, looks like the Trailblazers are still trying to do something here by adding StormX on a logo on their team jerseys for the next 5 years. And this is the very first jersey patch sponsorship with a blockchain company. And StormX, if you don't know, they allow users to earn crypto rewards by completing micro tasks or shopping at global partner stores online. So StormX, I believe we've discussed that, 2018, 2019, but they've made enough money to where now they're getting sponsorships. We've talked about FTX as well, sponsoring the Miami Heat entire stadium. But if we look at it closely, the parties did not disclose the size of the deal, but they signed an 8-figure contract, including in-arena branding. So year-round, when the Portland Trailblazers have events, whenever they have actual basketball back, StormX is going to be sitting there, much like FTX in Miami. And I would not be surprised if more crypto companies start entering into the entertainment field and start sponsoring people, especially because the NCAA just lifted that ban. What was that? Yesterday, July 1st.
Yeah, and they know they had to lift that ban because it was like, look, we're either going to pay the kids Monero or y'all going to do whatever. And in fact, I take the kids part back. We're going to pay these people in a Monero or, they're just not going to play whatever. I'm glad it was figured out. Long overdue. NCAA are a bunch of crooks, but hey, I'm not mad at the gang. That's what good business and cartels do. You know what I'm saying? You enforce, you start your gang, you enforce it, you make sure there's no competition. I'm not mad at NCAA. They're good businessmen and women, clearly, but they are also crooks. Let's not act like they're not trying to take them more. And for those who believe in them, hey, go to the tallest building you can find and trip off backwards, for real. Like, that system is a terrible system. Oh, you get your education, you get your degree. No, okay. So what about people like Mark Zuckerberg? You made Facebook. You didn't say no. Let's keep half of Facebook. You get your Harvard degree. Yeah. Hell no, ain't nobody trying to hear that. If a person come to play sports, that's what they doing. They out here to ball till they fall. You can go back to school at 30 or 40 or 50. Yeah, don't tell your kids to watch this. I ain't gonna be here.
And I do want to shout out one NCAA athlete that just hit me up on Twitter. He actually told me he has the book and that he wants to become the first NCAA player to get sponsored in Bitcoin. If you saw Last Chance U basketball, my man Deshaun Highland right here, licensing starting point guard, he actually hit me up. He's been in crypto for a while now. He wants to be sponsored completely Bitcoin. Literally, there are kids who are trying to be sponsored completely in Bitcoin. Even Lolly, they said they're starting a list so they can sponsor people in Bitcoin.
There we go.
So this is not going away, people. As soon as they open the floodgates, we come in first. I may sponsor my own player on team just to get the word out there.
I'll sponsor a player.
That's what I'm saying. I love his attitude. Like, have you seen this Last Chance U, King? Have you seen it?
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh man, I love Deshaun. He's a super asshole, but that's what point guard's supposed to be. He's supposed to be an asshole. Fuck if you like me, get the job done. That's why I like him. I play point guard too, so I was like, man, if I could sponsor a player. He also has his own logo. First player in the NCAA with his own logo. So that's just the beginning, people. Definitely going to get bigger.
Free those chains. Free those chains. All right, we have. It looked like we had someone here waiting. Strip. Hey, Strip, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, brothers? Good morning, man. How y'all doing this morning?
Hey, good morning. Am I pronouncing that right?
Yeah, it's STRP. It's for for my job. I use that one. It's my only Zoom account. But man, good to see you brothers on, man.
Yes, sir.
So my question is this. I took the orange pill probably about a year or some change ago. I am a believer in Bitcoin. I've been dollar cost averaging in. But what I came across something that said that the halving periods will end like 2150 or something like that, whenever it will end. So then I'm at least in the mindset that I'm been dollar cost averaging in, but I don't plan on selling, but I'm really never going to get to enjoy the fruits of my labor. So like, what would y'all say to at least keep it in perspective that's probably nothing I'm going to see when the halving period ends. And I think the price is really going to boom from there. But like, what would the point be? What would the purpose be if we're never going to get to enjoy the fruits of our labor? That's my question for you, brothers.
So I know withdrawal is going to go super in depth. That's why I just want to keep my quick little 2 cents in there. No, I got to go back to Masterclass. We do talk about this. first and foremost, after the next happening, you're gonna get everything back. That's all I'm gonna say. The next happening, you're
gonna
about
take
to
that
get
long,
everything
brother.
back. But what you got, Bitcoin say?
No, I was just saying it's not gonna take as long as you think, because you got to remember, statistically speaking, after every happening, we have like at least 1,800% increase. If we have an 18x from here, we have $500,000. So again, that's what I mean by it's gonna come quicker than you think, and the way you benefit from it, collateralized loans, which we talk about in the masterclass. If you want to enjoy the fruits of your labor, you can take that Bitcoin, get a cash loan from it, pay back that loan, and then get your Bitcoin back. So you can enjoy the cash part of it. And then if you want to enjoy it as a medium of exchange in the future, I believe prices will be dramatically lowered, discounted if you use Bitcoin or Satoshis, I should say, on the Lightning Network. So 4 or 5 years, you may be have an incentive to use the Lightning Network to pay for goods, but everything's gonna be so cheap at that time, you won't mind spending 20 Satoshis for whatever. So I think that's where we're headed on the Lindy effect curve. We're getting close to medium of exchange, but that's how you can benefit from it, definitely. And keeping it in the family, like a house. You keep it long-term, like you said, you may not see the benefits of it, but again, like Cliff High said, Sigma people, they think about the future more than the current present.
Hey, I appreciate you, brother. Thanks for breaking that down. I'm gonna go ahead and listen in offline. Thanks, man.
Sure. All right, STRP, thanks for calling in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure, people. That is, we get it. It's like, when you would see these rewards and everything, or as far as ROI, when you're talking about fiat possibly, or even in Bitcoin. But one thing I definitely want to remind people of, or at least tell people, maybe we didn't tell people this, in 2017, again, a lot of people came into the market in 2017. It's a big difference between coming into the market in 2017 and already being in the market in 2017 or prior to. And the reason why is because if you were in the market leading up to 2017, the forecast for literally everybody in the market, Cliff High, Vinny Lingram, Bitcoins, like you name it across the board, the forecast for the highest of highs was $5,000. That's what everyone thought we would get to in 2017. Some people were saying 10,000. People was like, y'all crazy if you think 10,000. You are in, like the people who said 10,000 were the people who are right now saying 100,000, 300,000, 500,000. Those are the same people saying 10,000. 10,000 was crazy at the beginning of 2017. In 2016, you got to remember Bitcoin was at $300 to $400. And you're talking about all of a sudden it went from $400 in 2016 to $1,000 January 1st, 2017. Again, everyone was like, maybe we'll do 5 times. And it went up to 20,000. No one expected that to happen. And that happened after the happening. The happening happened in 2016 and then aggressively pumped in 2017. Same thing in 2020. No one thought Bitcoin would go this high this year to 66,000. But what happened last year, the happening, and then this year, as Bitcoin, as they said, and what we're telling you all is for this next happening, it's going to be way more aggressive than what we are all thinking. It is going to be parabolic. And that's just the next one. Because as soon as it happens, the next one, the next 4 years begin until the next one start. So
blow
it's
up
gonna
top.
happen faster than you think.
Yeah.
All right. The waiting room is full. And let's see, Fred, whoever's in the waiting room, no name. What's going on? Tell us who you are. Is anybody on, Alec?
Nah, I believe if they were, they.
Okay. Oh, my bad. All right. Feel free to bring them in. You can bring them in. Whoever no name is, please have your video on if you have video. This is a YouTube show, so people like to watch stuff. No name. Provide a name if you can. No name. No name. What's the word?
My fault.
Hey, what's going on? It's all good. How you doing today?
Pretty good. I'm on my work iPad, so maybe that's why. But,
what's up, brother?
But I'm Hundoz in the chat. But I'm not like fuck Bitcoin or whatever. I'm a whole Bitcoin or whatever. But there are 2 coins that I think are pretty interesting. One of them being Theta. I don't know what they're gonna do this year, but just the future of like gaming and just sharing bandwidth and that type of thing. Like I'm not deep into it or anything like that, but I did like a high level overview of it, and it just makes sense. Like as far as like the future of gaming and things like that, for people to share bandwidth and stream and make things efficient, and then like popular streamers on the platform get paid in T-Fuel and things like that. So I think that is a coin to look out for in the future, like the distant future. Like probably not this year. It might move. It has already moved quite a bit this year, and it could pump again. But I think 3 years from now, like that'd be huge, and that have probably like some first mover advantage as well. So we'll see. But
I'm a fan of that. I'm a
Oh,
fan
sorry,
of
go ahead.
Theta and gaming too. My question with you is, what do you see their biggest challenge being? I think like adoption might be the biggest challenge more than anything.
I think so.
Okay,
Yeah,
adoption.
I think so too. Also, like I seen them like linking up with like certain celebrities, like Katy Perry is like releasing an NFT, and it's like I don't know how that's like. I don't think her fans are gonna go on Theta to buy an NFT and things like that. So they got some things to work out as far as you know, reaching a bigger audience and adoption, like you said, just getting people involved with it. Which hopefully they can work out within the next, you know, couple 2-3 years or whatever.
Yeah.
But
they need to pay somebody to hack Twitch, and
right,
they can be like, Steve,
that's gonna be the
decentralized.
toughest thing.
We decentralized, so come on over if you're tired of
Right, like that's tough for them. Only, I mean, they have the advantage of being the first mover as far as like is in the crypto space, but streaming is super competitive. So I don't know how you're gonna lure all these people into Theta. Like they need to get like a big name on the platform, like you know how FaZe Clan and all that stuff. But we'll see. But I do, that is one I'm keeping my eye on. I do have, you know, some money invested in them, and they have like a crazy group of like, they're bored, you know, it's crazy. Like it's some of the biggest names.
Yeah, their board is huge. Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild. So I feel like they'll I don't know, we'll see. But I think that's one to potentially look out for. Like I say, years from now, like probably not gonna be nothing crazy this year, but we'll see. But also VeChain is another one that I've been keeping my eye on. I bought in kind of high. I bought in like at 25 cents and got dumped on, but it is what it is. It is one I believe in. Supply chain is huge. They have a lot of partners and stuff in China, and I guess we're just waiting for those to be, you know, actually realized. But those are two projects that I believe are pretty solid. They're first movers in the market, so hopefully they can take advantage of that. But yeah, those are two good ones with some good fundamentals that I think can. I don't think they're gonna challenge Bitcoin or nothing like that, but I hope they will become untethered to Bitcoin someday, because they don't do what Bitcoin does. You know, they're not even related to it. So those are two I'm interested in and I'm watching.
And I like how you cap that off with the, you know, hold on now, we're still in the Bitcoin over here, but these are
Yeah.
these are different plays within the ecosystem. And I say that because again, everyone's just like, when they talk about diversifying now, they're like, well, I have to get crypto and then cash and then go. It's like, no, you can diversify within the ecosystem now. Like,
Right.
Yes, especially some of these projects, they are still tethered to Bitcoin, but something like Theta, I'm with you. I feel like they should go more the esports way. I feel like they should just like competition all day, every day, where you can go to watch esports. I think that's what they should do. That's my thoughts on it. But you're right. If something like that were to take off, then they could possibly branch off. And the good thing is that we want that to happen. We want projects to become untethered to Bitcoin because Bitcoin still becomes the main highway to crypto. You still got to get on Bitcoin to come to so many other applications and projects. But now you do have different ecosystems where people are saying, hey, we're staying in this digital world. We're not going back. So
yeah,
I'm all
absolutely.
about that for sure.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, Hundoz, appreciate you calling in again. Thank you.
Appreciate you,
Yeah,
brother.
yes, sir. I appreciate everything. I've been listening to y'all since like the beginning of the year, and man, y'all give away like invaluable advice. Like I was a few weeks ago, well, whenever everything started dumping, man, I had probably like 30 different coins, man. It was crazy. Like stretching myself way too thin, man. But y'all reeled me back in, you know what I'm saying? Telling me like advising to, you know, consolidate some of those bags and buy cheaper Bitcoin. So I appreciate everything y'all do, man.
Oh yeah, salute. Much appreciated as well. Thanks for the support.
Yes,
We
sir.
appreciate it. All right, Fred T. All right, bring them all in. No, just bring them in one time. All right, we got about 10 to 12 minutes left, so we will get through everybody. Pardon us, folks, but as you call in, we'll try to keep it at about a minute or two. So just get straight to it, so we can make sure we get everybody before we call it a day today.
Hey, can you hear me?
Oh, hey, we can't.
Hey, what's
hear you.
up, man? I'm going to show myself.
NappyWayZ.
NappyWayZ, here we go.
NappyWayZ, what up, brother?
Hey, man, look, I appreciate everything y'all doing, man, but I wanted to say, fuck Bitcoin, man. It's about come rocket. Hey, man, it's all about it, man. We going to the moon, baby. All jokes aside, man, I'm new to Bitcoin. I'm new to crypto, but I've been studying this for, man, about a year and a half before I finally, after reading your book, finally jumped in, man. I'm like, hey, this is the way to go. But I do have a question. After listening to Crypto Blood. I want to hear your response to what he was talking about the Lightning Network. Doesn't that, the way he was mentioning it, makes it kind of centralized. It centralizes Bitcoin in a way that it's not meant to be. And it was just a fair point that I was like, man, he brings up something good when it comes to that. What's your thoughts on that?
I think he's talking about the centralization based on the fact that like a small group of people can have all the routing channels, but there was a small group of people that had most of the mining at first too, and then it spread out. So, I mean, for $35, you can set up a Raspberry Pi and a Lightning node. And so I believe it will become more decentralized the further we go. But again, those worries don't worry me much, because at the beginning of any project, the first people is going to be centralized going to them. And then as it increases, it'll spread itself out. So not really worried there. And Lightning Network has been proving itself as far as speed and scalability. Tech has to scale, and it's been 4 years now. So it looks like it's well on its way, in my opinion.
And just to piggyback on that, so I mean, they're both right in a way, again, because yeah, if you look at it from Crypto's Blood's point of view, it's like, yeah, right now it's technically centralized, right? But then let's talk about, when we say centralized, let's talk about some of the nodes that we know for a fact. Alec, our show producer, we're running our SAT streaming, as he did a SAT streaming demo. He released it on our channel. We're running that through his Lightning node, right? Justin, Bitcoin Vegan, who used to do research for us now, who has his own Bitcoin things going on. Like, he has a Lightning node.
Yeah, I helped him set up his Lightning node.
Yeah, so it's just like, no, we know people. And as Bitcoins, they said, right now, everyone listening could start a Lightning node. It's just that everybody listening right now can be like, seems like it's a lot to do this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, is it centralized early on right now? Yes, but as he says, also the access, come on, it's like everybody, we know two people, we just mentioned two people that are our own warriors who's on it. So anybody get on it. And also I want to shout out to you, NappyWayZ, real quick. Again, you said you've been researching everything for the last year and a half. Like, this is a crypto warrior, people. It's always funny when people are in the comment section and you've been responding to them. So I appreciate that. But people are like, why didn't you challenge the host with this? Why didn't you say this to him? Why that? And I've seen some of NappyWayZ comments, and they're like, because like, as the audience, we understand what they're doing and saying. We don't need them to break everything down or embarrass somebody. Like, people, if someone is saying this is better than Bitcoin and this, even though it's only a year old, it's like, we don't have to put them in a corner and make them say uncle. Like, we think you all can understand that. And Nappy always responds like, yo, we understand what's going on over here. Like, they don't need to break it down.
Yeah. And just one thing, everybody, look, I've been posting it on every comment. I'm new to your channel, but I've been going back watching the old videos. Those interviews, watch those interviews. King is just popping out questions. I'm writing them down. I'm like, man, that's a good question. I can ask that about another project. But right now, I'm only in, BTC, and I just sold my Ethereum early on. I'm like, man, it's all about BTC, man. Let me stack up on that before worrying about everything else. But hey, it's been good, and right now the market's down. Jump in if y'all thinking about all these other coins. For example, I saw a hamster coin recently pumped for some reason. A tweet.
All right, save the kids.
Yeah, let's do it right, man. I know we want to make that quick money, but listen to Michael Saylor, listen to King and Zay. It's about that long money. And right now, that's about BTC. So yeah, good on y'all, man. I just wanted to come on and say that.
Oh, yeah. All good. Much appreciated. You can bring the next one on. And really quick, as the next one loads up, thanks again, NappyWayZ. We'll check you out soon. I wanted to give a couple quick comment shout outs. Carmelo, great point. Carmelo said, you notice a popular show like Ballers, which I used to watch, one of my favorite shows. One of the most famous people on the planet, The Rock, was canceled the season after they went at the NCAA. You're right. The season after they went at the NCAA, that show did disappear. So that is a true statement. And then Stick Talk Boxing, thank you for the tip. Stick Talk says, salute to all the good brothers. Quick crypto question. Do you feel Shiba is a shit coin, or do you think it has a chance? It is a shit coin, but I think it has a chance because there are a lot of people that are already in it, holding it after it dipped, of course. But I think it's going to be just literally the new Dogecoin. It will have its occasional yearly pumps 2 or 3 times a year, but do not think it's going to outpace the price of Bitcoin. That's not going to happen. Well, and Lisa, long time no see, Lisa. What's the word? How you doing? What do you have for us?
Good. Thanks, guys. Congratulations on the masterclass.
Oh,
Make
much
sure
appreciated.
you give me an affiliate link, and I will be more than happy.
You already know it's coming your way. We
I'm
got
always
a
a
special partnership
businesswoman.
with you. We got the special deal for you. So
Okay, good. Oh, perfect. Anything that gives my audience a discount would be really appreciated too, because they know I respect you guys, so they'll be open for it. Yeah. So I wanted to say I've been doing this thing. We have like a weekly discussion group, and after it, I went all in on Bitcoin, and I converted all of my holdings to Bitcoin. So it's not a fuck Bitcoin Friday day. It is I have come over to the other side, and I want to explain how it sort of came about.
yeah, I remember you was BNB and this and that.
I think it's really good to pivot. And I think it's good to pivot every few months in this market. And I've been in for 4 years, but I was a little stagnant more so than now. But so I'm doing this thing. We have a weekly discussion group where a group of us get together and we're sort of manifesting with crypto. So it's called Crypto Alchemy. And so what we do different manifesting. We talk to the intuition. Now, to some of you guys in the audience, you're like, talk to your intuition, manifesting. But some of you guys are like, I don't know what that is. But other of you guys probably already use your mental and you do that all day, right? So we speak affirmations. And so we did a little group thing. And we sort of asked all of our intuition what coins, and we went through all the coins and we all sort of listened to what our intuition and spirit says. And every single one of us, and there are about 10, we all got the biggest Bitcoin symbol in the world. So you can say what you want. It was a sign from God. And I just went all in on Bitcoin. So when it's been at 30, I've been happy. I put my limit orders in. I got some at 29. I got some at 30. I got some at 31. So I know a lot of y'all are complaining about those prices right now, but it really was a sign for God for me.
There we go. That's what's up.
Yeah. We'll talk about.
And I'll just say one more thing, and this might sound a little extreme, but realize I've done this in my real estate investing as well. I actually made the commitment to take out, I don't use this lightly, right? I actually took out some really strategic credit cards that have like 0% interest or really low interest rate. And I bought like a Bitcoin. I'm about to buy some more, and I'm just going to hold it for a year. So I'll let you know if I'm in the hole, but like, there's no way I can be in the hole. There's no way if I buy 1.5 Bitcoin today with credit cards that by next year, it's a possibility. But to me, at the way that I was buying when it was at 30, if it drops to 20 or 15, that'll be for an hour. Yeah. It literally cannot stay that low. I see no way for it not to at least double before this year is out. So that is a big gamble I'm making because I sort of started running out of money. So I had to take the credit cards, and it is a risk, but like risk only so much. I think it's very calculated. I think it's very strategic, but I don't think we're going to see prices like this in the future. And I think this 30K, 35K, I think if you really want to get in and sort of go big, like do what you got to do. But this, I really feel like it's our moment and chance before it really accelerates.
Yeah, I'm with you. And shout out to you. I'm glad, as you said, you made that smart pivot. I'm with you on that. I mean, sometimes people, when it's altcoin season, go in 5, 6, 8 of them, right? But as we said a few weeks ago, or probably a couple months ago, when it's time to consolidate, it's time to consolidate. You have to see this writing on the wall too. And yeah, like as you buy all this extra Bitcoin, as we always say, the next time Bitcoin pumps, the altcoins are going to wait. They're going to sit there and watch it pump and then play catch up. And that's when it's time to make that next pivot. But glad those moves worked out for you in the market. And I'm glad the group is working out too.
Bitcoin, shout out to you, Lisa. Like you said, people may think you're crazy. My spiritual advisor told me the same thing 5 years ago. And people were like, what? You got a spiritual advisor? And I'm like, y'all keep asking me, how do I predict stuff? How do I know stuff? I'm like, I would recommend it, but it's not for everybody. Again, I don't understand it. I don't know what's going on. I just listen to her because she's been right. Because she has whatever intuition she has about stuff.
Yeah.
She has it. So, and like I said,
I have a spiritual advisor as well.
And I will say,
if you ever heard the quote, millionaires don't have spiritual advisors, billionaires do. It's because it's like, to take it to another level, it's got to be something more than just what's at face value. I can be as smart as ever, but a little extra sauce in there that, I don't really understand it, but she does. So I listen to it.
And what I will say,
the world is mental, right? The Kabbalion, the world is mental. And once you get to that place, which I have, it's like, listen, I look at other people who don't use manifestation and creation and visualization. And when you do it in a group, it's even more powerful because you all have the same energetic intention. And so I feel like we're literally creating like the abundance. We're like
coins.
Bitcoin a million. Everybody picture it right now.
One last thing before we let you go, Lisa, because we got the next one on. I want to comment on the credit thing. I didn't go in fully in detail. We kind of talked about it here a couple of times. I know on the Talk Shop Live, but people, she's actually right. Like, listen, especially during all this pandemic stuff, even like that is a play to be made. You have to be careful with it. Like you said, I'm not advising it, especially if you have a kid and family and all that.
Right.
But what I will tell you is as soon as you understand debt is imaginary and it's not real and they can't come to your house with a gun, you don't owe the mafia, you owe companies and businesses. And especially during the pandemic, as most of they can do is like a hardship pay or a low whatever pay. People, depending on the APYs of projects you're getting in, sometimes it's actually worth to go into debt right now or to take out a big loan in your credit, especially if you can get a low APR, switch over to crypto. And I'm telling you, as long as you're not worried about the imaginary number of what you make, the US owe trillions. We wake up every day and bomb a country like ain't nothing wrong, okay? I'm telling you. But people get so concerned about their credit score to stay liquid, have that capital from your collateralized crypto loans, which we talked about in the masterclass, and you technically can use those credit cards to buy more Bitcoin right now. So yeah, thank you for that, Lisa.
Appreciate you, Lisa.
All right. Can I just say one more thing?
Sure.
I'd love to talk to you guys one day on, I do real estate investing, I have rental properties, and I've done crypto and currency. And I wouldn't say this on my real estate investing platform, but I'll tell you guys, the money is bigger, faster, and better and than real estate. And that's like an interesting like place to be, having a whole platform of real estate investing and go, well, you know what? I'm making more with my crypto faster with less money invested. So it's going to be like a hard shift
Lisa,
for a lot of people.
Lisa, can I ask this real quick? Next Fuck Bitcoin Fridays, if we can bring the girl that was a real estate agent from before that was arguing against Bitcoin, could you come on and talk with her? You don't have to argue, but just say what you just said to her. Because
yeah, it's going to be a shift. It's just like gold bugs and real estate. It's going to be a shift and for them to see it. But I've been in all worlds and I'm like, it's clear from gold and real estate. I looked at all my holdings and I was like, there's a reason I'm taking money off my credit cards for crypto now, not taking it off for more real estate. Okay.
True.
So the numbers.
We're gonna have to get Lisa started.
I'll send you guys an email.
We gotta get you started up as a lady of crypto. Everyone loves you. They're saying where to find you at.
Affordablerealestateinvestments.com. But if you want the and then my YouTube, Affordable REI. So I go live on my YouTube for the real estate investing and cryptocurrency at this moment. So
there you go, folks.
I'm talking about.
Boom. Thanks again for calling in, Lisa. Much appreciated.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you so much.
All right, take care. And this is our last caller we have calling in. We got a couple last minutes left, so we have this last caller. Again, thanks for all the crypto warriors in the comment section. Thanks for all the tips today. Much appreciated. And Alec, we still got the caller in there? Oh, no, we are clear. So pardon me for the last couple of people who didn't get a chance to get on today. You know, we will be back next week with more crypto news. For those who didn't catch it, the masterclass is officially finished. We're just putting on the cosmetic touches. That will be going on sale this weekend, more than likely Sunday. We will not have a Talk Shop Live. So make sure you are signed up for the news, or excuse me, the newsletter on the email list on our website. You just go to the very bottom and sign up there and confirm that email when it comes in. The basic package for the class will be $9.99. Excuse me, is that not? Basic package is going to be $1,000. The in-depth package is going to be $2,000. I'm not going to do all the sales pitch. It's packed full of information. Low key, we probably could sell it for about $3,500 to $4,000.
Honestly, I'm gonna say, looking at some of the stuff I've done and then reviewing King stuff, there's sections where you'll get your money back. Forget the whole thing. There's literally sections where you probably make your money back in the next month. So
yeah,
if you're worried about price, you're worried about the wrong thing. You probably lose more doing it on your own.
Yeah, the collateralized loan stuff is definitely worth it because, again, I haven't seen that many videos out there on it. I've just seen bad explanations written out. But yeah, we cover Pancake Swap, Sushi Swap, Uniswap, of course. We cover some of the different DeFi platforms, the different swap exchanges, DeFi swap exchanges. We actually, it was crazy. I forgot how to show you how to do a Bitcoin transaction. So we showed you went back to show you how to do all the transactions in your wallets. So we cover everything in this space. As well as like the in-depth technical stuff that withdrawal goes over on his side of the house.
Yeah, the mining is amazing. The mining portion, learning more about that, and then of course, you know, DeFi stuff, NFT stuff, green NFTs. Never heard of that. IP law. We get into all that stuff. So a lot of good stuff there.
All right. And again, last but not least, the two places to get at this discounted rate coming up will be the newsletter this weekend. Once it's finished, we put that out there and those links out there. We'll have it there. And then the following week, we'll more than likely do a Talk Shop Live where we're discounted there as well. But other than that, we're definitely going to be promoting it hard. And like we said, we'll have a referral program out there for anyone who wants to get involved as well. Other than that, make sure you enjoy your weekend. Have a happy 4th of July, of course. And we will see you all next Monday with some more crypto news. Got a lot of stuff coming up next week as well. So it should be a good week. Make sure you smash that like and share, and we will see you then. Cheers.